Start. I thank you profoundly for the privilege of being able to speak today on this farewell occasion. First and foremost, sir, I am profoundly grateful to you for all accommodations, the kindness and the courtesy which you have shown to the Honorable Deputy Chairman, to the Leader of the Opposition, who has been a source of great strength, to the Deputy Leader, to leaders of the regional parties, and of course, to the members of the Treasury benches, particularly the Prime Minister, who has always been a source of encouragement. So much so, sir, that one occasion I remember he assumed the role of a teacher in correcting me in having wrongly attributed a quotation. Sir, there have been high moments, there have been moments of disappointment, but I had the privilege of participating in some of the most glorious debates in this house. I myself, sir, had the privilege of speaking on some of the most important issues of our time. Sir, our glory lies not in never failing, but our glory lies in rising every time we fall. Mahatma Gandhi in 1917 has said, if we do have a parliament, what shall we do? If we have one, we will have one. But if we have one, we will have the freedom to commit mistakes. We will have the liberty to err. And we will have the power to amend those that when we have erred. This he described as one way in which you can define Swaraj. Sir, everybody will agree that this house has enjoyed the definition of Swaraj given by Mahatma Gandhi in the fullest sense of the term. Let me, sir, at the outset, thank my party for the opportunity and the privilege that it gave me to be in this house and to bring up issues which are relevant to the endemic development of backward Bihar. Indeed, in the last few years, Bihar has seen extraordinary economic and social changes come up from being a basket case to a case in which we are trying to now complete with the best. Let me also say, in all fairness, that this is not the contribution of one party or one person. This is the contribution of National Democratic Alliance, of which my party was an alliance partner till June last year. This is the contribution of the collective political leadership of both the parties which constituted the NDA. Sir, there are many issues on which we need to ponder upon. These are the issues which are so germane that we need a reform of the parliamentary system. I do not wish to impinge on the time of others. This is the changing role of the state. We must ask ourselves a question. Given the limited delivery capacity of the state, is the state taking no responsibility, which are far too onerous? Today, the pressure of population on land requires externalities of a scale use of modern technology into agriculture, and we need to find alternatives employment opportunities for people who have to be taken out of agriculture. It has challenges in creating manufacturing hubs, in creating employment possibilities. India has not created the kind of manufacturing hub. We do not have the rules and regulations which enable us to make manufacturing hubs and create employment opportunities which will give India's youth a gainful employment opportunities. Finally, sir, can we make India an innovation society? The old paradigms do not fit into our compelling needs. I ask this question because old solutions may not be relevant to the urgency of our needs and the contradiction of our time, which India is encountering. Can we therefore use the power of science and technology and its ability to be able to solve some of these contradictions to come to an orderly solution? Finally, sir, let me end on an optimistic note. I have been privileged and honored to be a part of this house, which plays really a critical role in the kind of endeavor we are making. I will end by saying what Albert Einstein had once said: not everything that can be counted counts, and not everything that counts can be counted. I have no doubt, sir, that Rajya Sabha will continue to be counted in multiple ways in the shaping of a new India and in shaping the dreams of a better future. Sir, a farewell is necessary before you can meet again, and meeting again after moments of lifetimes is certain among those who are friends. Sir, as I join the Alumni Association of Rajya Sabha, I look forward to my continued interaction with all the great friends with whom I have privileged to associate and interact. The members who are retiring have made rich contribution in the deliberations of the House and influenced public policy to severe larger causes. I am sure that the retiring members will continue to serve the nation in other capacities, and that the knowledge and experience gained by them during their association with the House will hold them in good stead in their future pursuits.